We've been laughing off screen about trying to get our hind ends down to Disney, because that's one of the hard parts about all this. The first time we ever went down there, which has been years ago now, I was concerned because we've got a minivan and my family usually drives. Your family
flies all the time,
every time. And so I'm thinking, where are we going to strap all this luggage? And we had to strap some to the top of the van and put it in the back. And the first time I went, I overpacked. And I learned my lesson that it didn't take, as long as I plan well, and I'll take as much as I thought.
I tell you what, there's nothing like taking 8 bags.
8 bags?
The first trip, like 8 bags? 8 bags for like 3 to 4 people. Yeah.
So how did you end up with so many bags? How do you end up with so many bags?
Didn't know what to expect.
Well, that's true.
Had no clue what to expect, so we packed a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Oh, now,
8 bags has gone down to more like, I'm gonna say 5.
5
bags. 2 for my daughter, 2 for my wife, and 1 for me.
And 1 for you. And let me make a guess. If you've got a little extra room in your bag, they spill over into yours too.
It always happens that way.
Man, yes. I don't know if it's always like that, but that's how mine is too. I'll be in holding up a little pair of underwear thinking, these are not mine, trying to go get in the shower and go through and find mine.
And the bad thing, I have a carry-on bag.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I still have to give a pack my bags.
Hey, you know, we've been talking about what it takes to plan to go down to Disney as far as clothing goes, because it's a bit of a challenge, especially if you're there and the days are going to be hot, and it's Florida and there's a cool breeze, so the nights are cool, and also a lot of the days.
That's right. You know, a lot of days it rains.
Yeah, a lot of days it rains.
So you've got to plan if you're going to be in the park for rain. But the good thing about they have things that they sell, like ponchos, that you can cover up with.
And the great thing about rain in Florida is it usually moves through real quick. I thought it'd be really annoying to me to be out when it was raining at the parks. It's kind of fun. But we take ponchos and you can buy them, or take an umbrella, or just run from gift shop to gift shop fast I can run.
Well, here's the other thing is, when it rains, a lot of the times the parks will clear out.
Yeah.
It's the best time to ride.
That's exactly what it is. We've had a great time with that over the years, doing all of that stuff. Now, we know that as men, one of the things that our families like to do sometimes is try to match while you're down at Disney. So if you're down at Disney very often, or you're planning on going, you're going to see families, sometimes entire tour groups.
Yes.
Right?
50, 60, maybe even 70.
Yeah, like a great big sea of orange shirts coming at you, and you just step out of the way and smile, and the tour groups move through, and there's not all that many, but it's really interesting to see them. Or entire families. You know, it happened to me once. I was walking along behind a family in Hollywood Studios, and the first shirt I came to said Bob's son. And the next one I came to said Bob's daughter-in-law, Bob's grandson, and I waited through about 15 people till I got to a shirt that said Bob. So they were there celebrating Bob's 70th birthday or something like that.
So dads, go with the flow. Enjoy it.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, that advice from J.J. Eubanks may be the best advice he can give you. Go with the flow and enjoy yourself. If your family wants to dress you up to look like everybody else, humor them. It's a great time. You're not going to be out of place down there.
And the thing about it, no one's going to judge you. You're at Disney.
No, it's like Goofy. They know you're goofy already because you're there having a good time. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. So now listen, we asked some people if we could use some pictures. Like, hey, if you've dressed up like the other people in your family, could we use your picture on the show? So Stephanie Dimler, she sent in a picture of her family. And this is them in their Monsters University t-shirts. And they don't match all in colors, but they match all the, they have the stylized letters on there. And there they are in front of the entrance to the Magic Kingdom, right? Before you go in, and you're on the main square right there. So that's pretty cool. We also got pictures in from Sean and Michelle Farrell. And they all dressed up as your favorite people.
They're my family.
They look
We're incredible.
They're incredible together. But now what's that at? That's at the event that's called
I'm not gonna tell you.
I know what it's a Mickey's
Not So
Scary Halloween Party.
Okay, all right.
I've only been to it once, but it was a blast. You get a lot of candy in the lines. But they dressed up like that. But I'm gonna tell you what, Sean is a good example, I think, of a dad down there, because he dressed up like his little son Colin, and I have a son named Colin also, and there they are, and they're sharing time together. And his son is too young to remember this actual moment, but when he sees pictures of this,
And these are the memories that you're trying to create and achieve, because they last a lifetime.
Yes. And even if your kids, you think they're too young to go, they're not.
No.
Because they'll have the experience, even if they don't have the exact memory, but you'll have the memory.
And you telling them the story later on in life, that's what they're going to cherish.
Yes, and looking at this pictures just like this. Listen, take it from two guys that have done this with our families. This is worth your money to go and do this stuff. This is from a family. Arnetta Clark is the lady there on the far right. She's a friend of ours with her husband next to her. And they actually met this family years ago down at Disney, had a good time, and go back every year together. Friends that they made at Disney. They have shirts made to celebrate the Clark Horn Disney Adventure every year, and they actually have 2 or 3 of them made.
That's amazing.
It really is. Disney will do that right in house for you if you want that stuff made. Now, this is Lexi and Mike Pejnovic, I think is how you say their last name. Their favorite character is
Goofy.
Listen, how did you get all these people to like your favorite people? It's like they called JJ and asked him, how should we dress like? And he picked Goofy and The Incredibles. It's like they like him more than me. I'm not sure. But they have a really good time down there. Now, this is me and my son, Colin. And these t-shirts here were actually made by, they're made by my wife or my sister-in-law, I'm not sure, but they love to make this stuff. This is Sitting and Waiting on Dinner at Whispering Canyon, over in which lodge is that in?
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge.
Here's the thing about Whistling Canyon is you would get a drink a lot of the times, and your cup will come in, I guess to be about that small.
Yes.
And your son may order a drink, and it's going to come in a big old glass with a long straw.
Let me tell you something, too. Milkshakes are free on the menu as your drink at dinner.
Yes.
And you can't beat a place like that.
And they have a great time. So be sure, if you go there, to ask for ketchup.
Yes, we won't tell you why. Just ask for ketchup. And this is our family. We're with the Wicked Stepsisters and the stepmother, just having a good time. All the girls and kids in their tie-dye, and us 3 guys in our matching stuff.
Did you call your family, go back to that, did you call your family wicked?
No, not even my mother-in-law. She's a good lady, and I ain't kidding either. So, hey, listen, if you're a guy and you're wondering how you're going to fit in down there, go. You're going to have a good time, listen to your family, have a great time. We're glad to have shared these thoughts with you. JJ, got a closing thought for us on all that?
It'll be one of the best times of your life.
Yeah, it really will. I'm Gary Spear for MVP Chat.
JJ Eubanks.
Come back, see us again. You can find more information on our sponsor, Magical Vacation Planner, by visiting their Facebook page or following them on Twitter. You can also find them at magicalvacationplanner.com.